Hello Aquarius, this is Becky from Northern Star Tarot and welcome to your general reading for the month of November. If you watched last month, which is my first month that I've posted on YouTube, welcome back, and I've changed things a little this month. I'm just going to do things a little bit differently. Got a new tarot set up as well in a different part of my home. That was very quick. Oh, disruption and sacrifice in the past as past energy. Oh, future energy. Positive movement forward and prosperity begins. That is a nice thing to see in the future, in the present, after the disruption and sacrifice in the past. What's coming in as a future energy? Temptation. I feel like I need to get clarifiers straight out because especially with this one coming into this energy. So in the normal tarot deck, this would be the Tower. This is going through a major change, quite a disruptive change. And it could be from external forces. I'd say with the sacrifice, this is feeling like you made that change, you made that sacrifice. The sacrifice is the Hanged Man. I feel like you brought that tower down. You brought that change about in your life. This could be career-wise, relationship-wise. Either way, it was a major change. And you've changed your perspective from it. Whatever you went through there in the past has changed your entire outlook on things. And that's why we've got this here. Positive movement forward. It's coming out of the darkness into the light, isn't it? And starting to grow things and rebuild things again, but understanding that it takes time to do this. It's going to take time for this boat to reach land. It's going to take time for this tree to grow. So I feel like this is the, well, not feel like, this is the current energy. And this is what's influenced it. Even though this is past, present, future energy is fluid. So you could be at this point in the stop. You could be here, or you could be here at the future position. But all of it links into what is occupying your mind at the moment, where your focus is and where your energy is. Please also check out my weekly energy forecast. It's a bit like a weather forecast, but energy. And that's for all signs. Temptation is the devil. This is something I feel it is pulling you in a direction that you maybe don't want to go down, or you do. This to me is the chocolate cake in the fridge when you're on a diet. That's what it feels like here. Sometimes it can be the chains that keep us in a situation, but here, see the way he's like looking away, but he's reaching out to grab this key and this light. It's like it's so tempting. You've got to be careful not to get burnt. It also feels a bit like the bug zapper. You know, that fluorescent light that flies are attracted to. It's got that same sort of sense of temptation of, oh, look at the pretty lights. I really, really want to touch that. And zap, you get stung. And maybe that's why this is coming in as a past. It's sort of like a warning. This feels like a warning of, do you remember the last time you touched that and you got an electric shock? And right now, you're in such a good place. So I feel like this is more energy coming in and to be aware of. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to go that way with the tarot and with energy. It's always your choice. You always have your own power with these things. Let's check out the numerology as well. We've got 8, 9, 29, 39, 40, 51, so 6. Sorry, I'm trying to pick up the numerology as I go along. I'm on the wrong book. That's why I'm not finding it. Bloody hell. I thought switching to doing daytime would be beneficial. Because I've been doing readings at 2 in the morning, which is just stupid. And I wasn't well at all last week if you watched. Thank you very much to the person who commented and wished me well. I feel so much better. Harmony, appreciation, self-sacrifice, loyalty and responsibility. I think the responsibility is definitely resounding here. But let's get some clarifiers, eh? I'm going to use this deck for the past energy. Thank you, that was nice and quick. And we've got the Tower. Isn't it lovely when you get the Tower for the Tower? Wow, that was, whatever collapsed there was quite a major, major thing. It was such major change and disruption for you. And that could be last week, last month, last year. Whenever you went through this, it is relevant to where you are now. I feel like this is the lesson. You learned a very, very big lesson from this thing. This was the massive electric shock. And you've built this really nice sort of harmonious place with yourself right now. But I feel like something's coming in to tempt you again to make a mistake that you've made in the past. And this is just a warning to tread carefully to avoid making the same mistakes. Let's see what we've got out there as well. Ace of Wands, 8 of Swords and 4 of Cups. On top. Look how bright that is compared to all this darkness. So the 8 of Swords is feeling trapped. I think you were trapped in that Tower. You were trapped in something that made you feel safe, but also made you feel bored and stagnant and like you just weren't getting anywhere. I keep thinking of like banging my head against a brick wall. That's what I keep thinking of. You know that saying of just like, oh, it's just going on and on and on and you're not listening to me sort of feeling. And then we've got the Ace of Wands here. This is where I said, I think you pulled this Tower down. I think you said, no, not for me, walking away. And you broke it all down. You changed it. You made that change. You grabbed your wand and you went off in a different direction. You followed your passions, and that's what you've built now. I mean, it might not be a career. It could be a job. It could be a job, a position. If it is in that respect, it's something that paid really well or had really, really good, strong benefits, and that's what kept you there. That's what kept you trapped there. But you hated it. There's such a sense of just feeling like you weren't allowed to be creative. You weren't allowed to move, to breathe. But you freed yourself. You freed yourself. You've sailed away. You're growing something. Whatever seeds you've planted now, whatever direction you're in now, it's got that possibility for prosperity to grow. Let's see. Positive moving forward and prosperity. Wow. King of Swords, the Lovers, King of Cups. Oh. Okay. We got 2 kings there. Two very different kings, and we've got the lovers smack in the middle. Now, this could be you and your partner's energy. Male, female, doesn't matter. Could be two men, two women, could be man, woman, doesn't matter. I love these cards as well for the thingy because they're so androgynous. There's such, you can see the masculine and feminine in both of them, which is very handy, I think, for court cards. So don't get hung up on the gender. Where are we? Aquarius, which is air energy. So are you the King of Swords here? I feel like this could be your energy. There's a couple of ways. I don't see this as having two possibilities. It could be with this temptation coming in here, that maybe you've got a really nice relationship going and someone's coming in to tempt it. I'd say it was this King of Cups, because they're all about the heart. They're all about the emotion. But I don't feel that. I feel like this is you and your partner's energy, and this is what you've built after that disruptive phase of your life. You've got this amazing soul connection between two. I mean, these are two quite masculine energies, not necessarily meaning that you're masculine. Like, I'm Aries, I've got quite a masculine energy anyway. But I still know how to rock being feminine on occasion. But the King of Swords is someone who stands by what they believe. They follow their own integrity. And the King of Cups is all about the heart space. It's someone who loves unconditionally. Also very emotionally strong and emotionally resilient. Sorry, not resistant. They know how to be compassionate and feeling without the negative side of being emotional, of being a bit dramatic. So they're quite sturdy in their relationship. But I just keep feeling these like really big, this warm hug around you. That's what it feels like. It feels like a warm hug. A warm hug with a big woolly jumper on. So what's this coming in? What is tempting to throw a spanner in the middle of this? Gonna go with the Gilded Tarot for this one. Seven of Swords. Someone being a bit sneaky. Maybe it is another person that is maybe going to tempt you. Page of Swords. There's your other person. There's your other guy. Someone maybe younger. Similar sort of energy to yourself. It's funny that the Seven of Swords can be quite sneaky. It's like this guy's running off with all the swords and he's leaving these people to thrash it out with just 2 swords when there's like 5 of them or 7 of them. And the Page of Swords can also be someone who's a bit like a spy. Ooh, I've just, yeah, that's just given me a bit of a download there. Are you checking up on somebody? Like on their social media, or trying to find out about somebody? This could be very specific to some of you, but I feel like whatever hurt you in the past, you've got this really amazing, strong relationship now, and maybe there's this fear that's maybe making you think that the past might be repeated. And whether you can trust this person. I feel like there's definitely a sense of trust issues here. And we got the Fool there. That's an interesting one to come out there. I mean, it's a new beginning anyway, but it's also taken a different perspective. And particularly with that storyline, I'm feeling that's more of a, look, just let go of it. Let go of this. Have fun. Have fun in your new relationship. Have fun in whatever it is that you've built here, because it's got the potential to grow into something so beautiful. You have a future with this person here, with this energy. Like I said, it's between two quite dominant personalities. I feel like two successful people, two people who are both stable, and there's no toxicity here whatsoever. But I feel like there's a temptation there to be a bit, either you or the other person is carrying a little bit of baggage here from whatever you went through in the past. So I'd say this is just urging you to let go of the fear. Let go of the fear and enjoy the fun. Just take a different perspective on it. It's not going to play out the way it was in the past. Right, I'm going to get an Angels and Ancestors card to see what is guiding you. What is guiding Aquarius for the month of November? I love these cards, and I need to spend like a week or something studying them and just playing with them. But I am an on-the-job sort of learner. Father Sky, trust in the unknown. That's trusting your, it's not your intuition, but it's like the downloads that you get. It's trusting what in the universe guiding you. Mother Earth. Feel loved and comforted. This is that big hug. This is that nurturing hug that I was feeling before. It's that nurturing. Nurturing's the only word I can think of. There's such a nurturing love here. It's so beautiful. Come on, one more. I'll have two. Wow. Shield Maiden and High Priestess. Harness mystic power and make plans and focus. I feel like I said, this is feeling very much like a temptation. It's a temptation to me. It's feeling like a temptation to spy, or, you know, to give in to fear. But this is saying to trust your intuition. Trust your intuition, and you'll know whether you trust them or whether you're being led by fear. Whether you're being led by fear or whether you're being led by your intuition. And it's an important question to ask yourself before making any decisions, really. What's guiding me here? What is making me think this or feel this? Shield Maiden. I'm going to read her because I've not had her out, but it's feeling defensive already. It's feeling, well, not defensive because it says make plans and focus, but the fact that she's got her shield up there, I feel like this is being shielded against the fear and being focused on what you want and what you're gaining. It's like strategy, isn't it? I've got the wrong book again. Oh my word. I got the Psychic Tarot out for the Angel and Ancestors one, and I got the Angel and Ancestors one when I was trying to read the Psychic Tarot. I can be a little bit scatty. You may have figured this out if you've watched a few of my videos. Shield Maiden, S. Wow, there's a lot of S ones. Shield Maiden. Have a plan or strategy in place before moving forward. And this is what I mean about, it feels a bit like the Hanged Man. It's a bit of a pause. We've got the Hanged Man there. Take a bit of a pause before you act on this. If you have suspicions, or if you feel like you need to sort of spy on someone. But ask yourself what's making you feel that way. And if it, because it can be sometimes how the other person is acting. Something I've learned over the last few relationships is how important how you communicate is with the other person. It's so easy to get toxic. I've done it myself, where instead of having the conversation in a positive way, you jump straight on the attack or straight on the defensive. When sometimes you get so much further, and there's nothing wrong with being honest and saying to your partner or whoever it is that you have this feeling with of, look, I'm feeling like this. Or sometimes when you do that, it makes me feel like this. And how can we fix that? Yeah? Let's see. Taking some time to assess what your next step will be. All great warriors have a plan. You are a sensitive being, and if you are not prepared for the task you are taking on, you could end up feeling exposed and helpless. The ancestor guidance that is coming to you now is a reminder that you have a warrior's heart, and that you have it within you to be more prepared and focused than you have been recently. So have a strategy in place, and then let your guide support you as you move forward. And I think that ties in nicely as well with Father Sky, which is that same sort of, you're being guided to acknowledge your abundance and to just be prepared. Be prepared before you go into battle. Before you pull this person on whatever it is that is that's coming up. I mean, there could be a solid reason for you feeling that way if this resonates with you. There could be a reason that you want to check up on them, or that you don't trust them. And I always say trust your intuition with that, trust your instincts, but always ask the question is what's happening that makes me feel this way? And try to remove yourself emotionally from the thought and the decision of it. We are in Mercury retrograde. I cannot say it for the life of me. I have tried. At the moment, we're in Mercury retrograde in Scorpio, which, from what I've read up on it, is quite a turbulent time and not the best time to make decisions. This is a good time for planning and strategizing. So maybe just kind of gather your evidence, gather your thoughts on that, and ask yourself those big questions of what's leading you to that conclusion. And enjoy this. Right, I will get a Power Thought card. These are nothing to do with the tarot. I claim my own power, and I lovingly create my own reality. I ask for more understanding so that I may knowingly and lovingly shape my world and my experiences. That's the first time I've had that one out, actually. But this is having your own power to create. Know that you are always in control. I mean, we have our intuitions guiding us. If, like me, you believe that the energies also guide us and reveal things to us, but you always have the power and the option to take that path or take a different path. It's not ever set in stone. Okay, hope that's been helpful. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Please, please, please give me a comment. I like hearing people's stories. I like hearing back on what you've taken from this, if anything at all. If you haven't taken anything for it, I'm awfully sorry. There will be other tarot readers out there that speak to you and that share your vibe and your frequency. I can only take the messages that are coming in to me. Blessings to you all, and hopefully see you again.